Hello again.
Hi
Hello,
guys.
hello from Brave Brushes Studio. I'm, laughing as I'm starting this recording because, the video is called How to Use Brush Pens in Urban Sketching, but I think it should have been called Julia's Best Kept Secret. And why has she been keeping this from us for so long? Look, we've done over 100 YouTube videos. We've done a few dozen workshops over the past year and a half, and not in a single workshop did brush pens come up in the way that Julia is going to talk about today.
Oh really? I don't know.
Really,
I thought
if you look at your list of supplies for any of your workshops, never, never.
no, that's weird because I use them all the time. I always have them
Exactly,
even.
Julia, that is exactly my question. So you claim that you use them all the time, but yet somehow you never included on the supplies list for the workshops. And I was actually, as we were getting ready for this recording, I was totally, caught by surprise. I did. It's. I think I know everything there is to know about art supplies, having spent the last year and a half with you. But okay, today I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. Okay, but Julia has, as we were discussing this, Julia told me that most beginners like me do not use brush pens. We tend to rely on fine liners. So basically, use a combination of fine liners and paints, watercolors, or right, and so we
Maybe
never
it's
use.
because I never talk about them.
Exactly. Yes, I was going to say that. It's because you never tell us about brush pens. So today we're going to correct this mistake, and Julia will show us the difference between, the lines you can create with fine liners and a couple different brush pens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My favorites. Two of my favorites. Yes. So let's turn the light on and
Okay, go
start.
ahead. Go ahead. And while Julie is doing that, you already know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment for Julia. Ask her why haven't you done this before?
Yeah, okay. So, brush pens. First, I want to show you what you usually use, or most of especially beginning urban sketchers usually use for their sketches, and these are two fine liners, and they are really great. Of course, we use them all the time, and we can use the thickness of the line when we use a brush pen. This is what we can do. We can, of course, do a little bit of hatching uh, and maybe two lines next to each other and make some area darker. We also can use a thicker fine liner to create thicker lines like this, and we also can make areas darker. But now I want to show you what you can do if you use a brush pen. And I have two of them here. One is with a short and stiff nib, and the other one is with a longer and more flexible nib. And we will start with this one, with the shorter one. And this is what you can do. By the way, I know that both of them are used in lettering. Actually, brush pens are very well known from brush lettering. A lot of people use them for brush lettering, but they are really great for urban sketching too, for any kind of sketching actually. So we can use them to draw very thin lines like this. We can use them for thick lines like this if we press harder. And we also can use them for creating lines like this. So when we press harder, we have the thicker line. When we press less hard, we have a thinner line. Okay, now another one with a flexible brush. Also, we can use them for very thin lines, even thinner ones. They are a little bit less less easy to control. This one is very easy because it's very stiff. This one is a little bit more complicated, but this one is really great. I will show you later what you can do with it in a sketch. And if we press hard, we can create a line like this, or even color. We can press on it. This is a refillable brush pen, and we can color a very large area with it. And if you want to create contrast in your sketch, it's a very, very important tool. And all the lines between this one and this one are also possible. So really great. I use it very often in my sketches. I will show you later how I use them. But first, I want to show you something different, or at least how I want to show you how you can apply brush pens. Let's start with this one, and I want to draw a very quick sketch of a tram, and you know, in Lisbon, or how do you pronounce it?
Lisbon.
Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, and let's draw it like this. So you can see that the lines are very, very loose when you use a brush pen, much looser than when you use a fine liner. And we can use the thickness of the brush, and its ink supply is also very interesting to play with. And we can use it to add some shadows. And let me see, let's add the rails like this. Maybe some textures and some lines. here electricity for the tram. And with this more flexible brush pen, we can add even more textures, like this. We can add more darkness, more contrast, and more textures. So for the shadows, and look at this. I think this is really awesome. And if you want to add more details, you can do this, and then you will have a more detailed sketch of a tram. But if you want to keep it like this, you also can do that, and it's just already a very interesting sketch. I think we can use the thinner lines to go further and add more details, but I think the idea is clear. You can play around with the thicknesses, with textures, and all this beautiful stuff. So this is how I think how you can enrich your sketches with brush pens. And I want to show you a difference between two of my sketches. This one is made with fine liners only, and you can see that it's very, very detailed artwork sketch. I think it's quite beautiful, but also a little bit boring, maybe. On the other hand, this one is not only more interesting because of color, but also because I applied a lot of shadows with very dark brush pens, with black brush pens, with this one. And this creates so much more interest in my sketch, and yeah, make it more impressive.
Okay, we finally have your magic ingredient that you've been keeping from us, Julia. Seriously, I can't believe you, really, how long you have gotten away with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So I just have a couple more questions about brush pens. So you usually use black ones?
Yes, actually only black ones. They are in different colors, but I think these ones are enough for adding colors to, or adding especially contrast to my sketches.
All right. Are they waterproof?
Not all of them. This one is not waterproof. It's because it's a refillable one, and they don't want to use waterproof ink, I think. And this one is waterproof, and that's very convenient, of course, because you can add color on top of it.
All right. So do you use brush pens with your watercolor sketches or marker sketches? What other mediums do they go with?
Both. I use it definitely with marker sketches, but also with my watercolor sketches. I don't have any of them here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've got one more question. For watercolors, do you first use brush pens and then watercolors on top of them like you do with fine liners? Or do you paint first and then apply brush pens?
You can do both options, but I usually use brush pens at the end of everything. So when I did all the coloring, added all the shadows, sometimes with mediums like colored pencils, for example, then I add
Like the final touch,
black
like the
dark,
final.
yes, make the shadows darker, add accents
Okay.
and the
All right,
textures.
got it. I probably have more questions, but I can't think of anything right now because I was kind of caught off guard with this topic today. I need to do some thinking and do some research. I might come back and ask you more questions, Julia.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's all for today. We'll be back with new videos, and I'm hoping to uncover more of Julia's secrets.
I'm curious.
In the meantime, well, have a good day, everyone, and happy sketching. We'll see you soon.
Happy sketching. Bye bye, guys.